Yeah, Injayams. Injayams. How's it, guys? Welcome to another episode of Pod with the Owens. We took a bit of a week break last week, so we're back again to give you guys some good content, and we actually have a great show for you guys tonight. We just want to say thanks to everybody that's been supporting us. Please follow us. Don't forget to follow us on all social platforms and also on YouTube. Please subscribe and comment underneath. We would love to hear what you guys think about the pod, the topics that we are having. And so, yeah. So, not to waste too much time. So, basically, tonight, as you know, the fixtures in the UEFA Champions League will be starting tomorrow, and we'll be just discussing basically who we think will be taking home the crown. And before I actually forget, I actually forgot. Savas, Elzavian, Mr. Elzavian, Mr. Shane Charo, Mr. O'Neill. Before I forget, the boys, they're so quiet. I don't know. I don't know what's happening.
No, we're waiting
with
for
them.
you.
But, they don't want to bark.
No, we want you
I
to
need-
tell them all of. I mean,
Nah.
no,
That's
sorry.
why it's
no.
come, because we had the week off. We are tired of that
Okay,
barking. so-
okay. No, yeah, they were
The noise,
barking
the
so
record.
much. But they were back this morning. But yeah, anyway. So yeah, we'll be discussing and giving you guys our thoughts on who we think will be winning the Champions League, underdogs, favorites, all those kind of things.
And the Cuts and Razor Cup. Also that.
Yeah, we just quickly, yeah. Actually, let's do that. We actually just want to touch quickly on last night's game, Savi, not too long. From your side, I know you're laughing. Fernandes. United won last night, 1-0 in extra time. They scored a penalty through Bruno Fernandes, and they advanced. What's it? Semi-finals, ne?
Yeah.
Advanced to the semi-finals, and Inter also won 2-1 with Leverkusen. Tonight it's Wolves v Sevilla and Shakhtar v Basel. But just to move to last night's games, Avi, just quickly, your thoughts on the game. I mean, you guys went to extra time. You said the keeper was looking like Casillas.
Yes, sir.
So, what was your feel around the game? How did you feel about the performance?
I think as a supporter, I was very frustrated because most of our boys started, especially Martial, Rashford, Greenwood, Bruno. The surprise inclusion for me was Fred in midfield with Paul. He gave the ball away actually in a very dangerous situation where last ditch tackle. But other than that, I think we were okay during the game and we weren't fantastic. I think Copenhagen looked like they were in the game, but no shots on target or anything like that, compared to us having 15 shots on target, 30 attempts on goal. But all in all, I mean, hitting the post like 5 times, throughout the game. I think it was one of those frustrating nights that it could have gone anyway. They could have gotten a equalizer at the end, and then all of a sudden it's 1-1, go to penalties. But bearing in mind also, I think the heat, man, the heat factor killed us, especially that first half of the game where it was like 34 degrees, the first 65, 70th, until the 70th minute. And it just looked like tired minds on the pitch. But I also feel as a supporter that Ole doesn't trust his bench enough. Like he brought Lingard on.
Is he strong enough though? The bench, because I don't think he's strong enough to trust it in games like this.
I mean, he trusted the likes of McTominay and all these players when the likes of Paul and them were all out. I'm not saying McTominay must start ahead of Paul, but I'm saying in a situation like Mata came on yesterday, he changed the game in terms of picking up those half spaces and combining a bit more. Whereas usually Bruno, especially when he came in, when he was so fresh, he was triggering the press and everything. Everything was happening around him. Now, yeah, but he doesn't get involved. Like at first 60 minutes, I hardly saw Bruno. But then he picked up slowly. But you can see, like, with Bruno, for me, this is my philosophy around Bruno, that is getting to him the amount of games he's playing and so on, compared to what he was doing in Portugal. You don't play as much games as what you do in the EPL. And now, also after lockdown, the amount of games, the intensity of the Premier League, I think just caught up with Bruno, and it's catching up with him like now in the latter stages. I think someone like Bruno needs to go on a good 2.5 week break, and he needs to get onto a good program that's gonna help him, because United need to strengthen with another 10, in my opinion. But going back to your question about the bench, I think Mata's good enough to come
But
on
for,
and have
for
an
even
impact.
but for that team that you'll play,
Mm.
you'll have a good enough bench to do the job.
I think that was our frustration, that we should have been at least 2-3
Didn't
up in
you-
the first half.
You also thought that Greenwood going off was a wrong decision for Mata at first when you first saw.
No. The reason why I say so, I felt already like Greenwood had to go off 70th minute.
When did he come off?
When watching, in extra time.
Oh, okay.
Like-
So he played the whole game.
Yeah, he played the whole game. So me watching it, I was like, I'd even put Jesse Lingard on if he still wants to keep the width.
Yeah.
Because Jesse, yes, he scored in the last game, whatever. Because remember also now, Ole has to look at his bench and say, you see, I've given you opportunity. I don't think it's the right one for the club. This is why we have to get other reinforcements. But now, if I'm not playing Nilo, Antoine, and Shane, I can't say no, but they're not good enough. Because if it's Ed Woodward, whoever I have to go to with my analysis about my squad and why you have to buy more players here, because I think Lingard has 3 more years left on his contract. Now, if we're going to ask him to go, there's a certain amount of money we're probably going to have to pay him out. So, as Ole, you got to trust in your squad. I mean, we spoke about Lampard, I think 2 weeks ago, that it looks like Chelsea has more depth than us because those boys are playing on a regular. Where I think Lingard, I'm not saying he's like Bruno, but I'm saying you got to give the boy opportunity to play. Chong has to have an opportunity to play. Because how do we know that Chong can't be like a Greenwood? Because there's a lot of good things about Chong also.
Off the bench though.
Yeah, off the bench for now.
Yeah, off the bench. But don't you think that maybe he really wants to win this cup? I mean,
Really wants to win it, but I mean, for me, like even Bruno, I wish we had a stat on how many interceptions or tackles has Bruno made within that game. Not so much.
you guys do a record 21 penalties for the season. My word.
Was that a penalty for you?
Yeah, was it a pen?
Was it Ben? You a striker, yes?
Nah, soft pen. That's
You
a
a
soft
striker?
pen. No, that's a soft pen. That's a soft pen.
But
I don't
you have
understand
VAR
how you
also.
guys, how these guys are getting so many pens. It's like every second game they get a pen. Pen. England pen. Europe pen. It's like they, you know what, if they go to the final, pen.
No problem.
Penandes.
Take it.
Penandes.
But
anyway.
Antoine, guys, is Ole the ref?
No, it's not the ref, but
So
I mean,
you
how
have
many
VAR
times some of them,
also. What
some
is-
of them are pins? How is some of them pins? No, man.
But how can we
I'm
answer
tired
that?
of it.
You're going on, look like Martial also has
My
the
goodness. Yeah, and they're always giving him. I don't
Yeah.
know why they're always giving him pens.
So?
Half of them are soft.
But why are you blaming us for it?
No, I don't know what you guys are doing.
So
behind
we
doors.
must ask the ref before the game. Please don't give us penalties. Please.
What are you doing behind
No, I'm
doors? I
asking
want
you.
to know
Oh,
also.
so
yeah.
that's what you're saying.
I want to
We
know.
paying.
Because I mean, this KP comes after the game. You saw that video of Oli. He's standing because you are apparently he's a United fan.
Oh, yeah.
Zeka, whatever. Now you're saying after the game, that video that you posted in our group where you were speaking to Eki, something similar. He was like, yeah, that guy's like, thanks for bringing United back to where we. He's like, no, we're trying and stuff. He's like actually saying thanks for trying to bring United back and all that. So he's like, yeah, no, we're trying. Then he's walking next to Penandes and he's like, but this guy is helping a lot, hey? This guy is helping a lot. I mean, it's like he's in awe of Penandes. It's like Penandes is now Ronaldinho.
My goodness.
Just walk over, pitch to the manager. Show them that you're the manager. Don't be always hugging the boys. Nice. Maybe that's why they're getting pins. But anyway, let's move on. Nilo, you watched the Inter game yesterday.
Yes, I watched the Inter game.
What did you see from the Inter game yesterday? On your side.
I was watching more of what Leverkusen were doing.
Kai.
I wanted to see what they
What
are
he
like
can
as
do.
a team.
Okay.
Besides Kai wasn't much on the ball first half, second half.
Yeah.
He came into the game. But it was a nice game to watch. I watched a little bit of United because it was the main game basically on SuperSport.
Yes.
But United's game was too boring. When I went to Inter, it was more end to end.
Yes. Open game.
Yeah, very open. Very open. I don't know. Conte seems like he really wants to go all out. I mean, if you look at his midfield trio that he's been using, he's chopping and changing. He doesn't even know who his midfield three is. You don't even know who's gonna start. I mean, the only person that's guaranteed to start in that team is Lukaku. So I feel like
And the keeper.
okay,
And
the keeper.
The Fries plays a lot also though.
No.
At the back.
The midfield and Lukaku striking partner.
Would you say because they played 3-5-2, they got D'Ambrosio, Barella, who by the way had a lovely game. Brozovic, Gagliardini, and Young. So are you saying across the five they're always changing, or the midfield three inside?
I don't think going forward, I don't think he knows who his team is.
Because look, he got right wing back. We would assume Hakim is gonna play
Yeah.
next season. I'm saying.
Yeah,
gonna sign
Hakimi,
Hakimi.
definitely, yes, definitely. But that's also it's gonna be very interesting because Moses looks like he's hungry.
Yeah,
The
he
boy
looked good
is running a lot. I don't know, maybe the dreads was holding him back a
He
bit.
did look good last night.
He was.
But like Nilo says, like what Conte does, and I think he knows, I mean, at the rate they play, like the tempo they play at Inter Milan week in, week out, it's so demanding as a right fullback and as a left fullback to keep bombing forward week in, week out. That's why he keeps chopping and changing. Not chopping and changing like one game, no. But like if Young starts this week, he might start on the weekend, but the following week guaranteed he's not going to start. So it looks like he
Yeah.
likes to have options in those
yeah.
areas.
Yeah.
But
His
the
front
options-
always stays the same.
No,
Not
but
really.
no. He takes Lautaro off.
Yeah.
Every
That's
like
one
60,
thing.
70 minutes, eh?
And
No, but he
Yesterday,
starts most
there's
of the
some
games.
games
He
that he
started
doesn't.
yesterday.
Yeah,
Yeah, no,
he
he did
started
start
yesterday. But some
he
games he's
wasn't-
not starting.
yeah.
He put Sanchez.
Sanchez.
Yeah.
And Sanchez looks like he wants to run for him.
Yeah.
But Sanchez said he's happy. He said he's
Didn't he
happy.
get injured yesterday?
Yeah, I got
Yeah,
to
he
pull
did.
that.
I just like the way Conte is working. You can see, despite what's happening in the background, he's there. He's hungry.
Don't you-
He wants to.
Don't you think maybe he wants to make a statement? But what's happening over the last couple of weeks by winning and showing them?
True.
That I mean, even with the squad is barely his players.
Yes.
Yeah,
He's gone and won Europa League.
I don't know.
So maybe that's a statement for him. But I was saying to Xavi that it would be sad if he left.
I don't think. He's
I
gonna
don't
leave.
want him to be at another team because for the first time we're going to Serie A next season with a little bit more options, you know,
Yeah.
other than Juve. Every time, I mean, Juve's won like 10 titles straight. That's crazy. That means they need. I mean, AC last time, what? 2012, 2013?
2012.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Such big
Juve's
things
the
like
last
that.
9, huh?
Nine. I mean, that's amazing, bro. It's an achievement, but it just shows you the quality of the league.
But what do you think in terms of who will reach the final? Bearing in mind, obviously, Sevilla still has to play Wolves.
Oh.
And then also it's
They played-
Shakhtar Donetsk versus Basel. And obviously, whoever wins that game faces Inter Milan.
Yeah, I'd say Inter has a
Easy.
better option or better pathway
Mm.
to get to the final. I wouldn't say easy.
Yeah,
Easy
but I mean,
because it's it's
Inter wouldn't
but-
want to play Sevilla.
Yeah, I know.
They'd rather
Or
play a
even
Shakhtar
Wolves, yeah.
or Basel.
Like me knowing United,
But
United
Sevilla,
wouldn't.
this is their cup. We all know.
Who's it?
Sevilla, this is their cup.
Yeah.
But
So-
they have a tough game.
got-
Me, the final two, I see Inter and Sevilla.
Nah,
Possible. Very
Yeah, it is
possible.
possible. I also think it's possible.
Very possible.
Sevilla's a well machine.
I think United would beat Sevilla if they meet.
You think so?
You know,
I think United fear
United-
getting Wolves.
If United, as David said, they had the chances. That was like, how many on target? No, they weren't that much on target.
Who United?
But I'm saying
You don't count the
United.
You don't
Let's
count.
put it up. Let's put
You
it
don't
up.
count the posts.
The
the way they
Savage.
played,
No, they don't count
the way they played last night, they need to change a lot in order to beat the likes of Sevilla or Inter.
But you
Mm,
know,
that's-
it is also when you play against better opposition, how everybody, especially the likes of your Paul, you know, there's certain players that just step up, especially when you play better opposition, and they'll know that Sevilla is a top team. I mean, playing against no-name brands last night, you could see some of the
Yeah,
players. you know,
United never played like it was a
Sloppy.
one-off tie yesterday.
Yeah, like there
They
wasn't
never
really
played.
much
Yeah,
energy.
they were
also.
playing to say, okay, next leg we'll come, we'll win it. It was like that. Where you'll see Sevilla when they play. Who they played
That's the
last
thing.
was Roma. You
Yeah.
saw they are hungry, they know.
That's the thing. That what if they outrun them? Sevilla. You know what I mean? Because if they outrun them, then there is a chance for them to beat them. And go.
I think
we still have to see.
I think it's very
No,
open.
I'm not writing like United off
Yeah,
at
yeah.
all. No, they do have a chance, but
No,
if,
of course they're the
if they-
favorite. No, they're the favorite.
if they step up and play
They're the favorite.
the way they were playing, let's say maybe 3 games back, then I can say, okay, United will take it. But the way what I saw yesterday, because I watched that game, and what I saw yesterday, no, I wasn't happy.
Okay.
But I'd like to see an Inter United final.
Yeah, so
I wanna
also-
see
I
Ole
also
up
want that.
against Sevilla squad. What's the name? I mentioned him earlier on.
Lopetegui or
Yeah,
something like that.
Lopetegui.
And I think Lukaku will show you what mistake he
Yeah,
made.
there's a lot of players to prove they can would want
Sanchez,
to prove a
Young,
point.
everybody
in that
would
game.
want to. But I think
Young also.
the energy would probably be the same from the United team because Paul also he's good friends with Lukaku, and there's a lot of players that have still good relationships with those players. And they like if I know, for example, Nilo and Anton and Shane, they left our team where we were. I know how you guys, or we would know me and the other players that you guys were a part of. We know we're playing you guys. You don't have to tell Paul to even sleep early or look. That's what Lukaku does whatever. It's already a rivalry.
Don't you think they'll ish?
But
Yeah, that's a-
tactically,
yo,
I'm
that's
scared
a-
of Conte
yeah, no, that's a
because
tough
my
game.
manager tactically doesn't do anything. Nothing has changed since January with
That's a
him.
tough
As
game.
we said from the start, we haven't seen a gameplay from him.
They'll
No, I
definitely
haven't
outrun
seen
you.
anything.
Yeah.
He's just been making sure everybody's happy. Let's go and
Yeah,
enjoy
I know.
ourselves, boys.
Yo.
4-2-3-1. Not even a you stay there alone, Matic.
Yeah.
Paul get closer to the edge of the box. Nothing.
I want to ask you, what does he look at next to his seat? Because he
Oh,
sits and he's
No,
always...
there's a
monitor.
nice iPad there for him. He can just watch the game again. He doesn't have to look up there. I don't know what is he doing there. Because if he can go and rewind and look at things and check, oh no, there's pocket of space here. Go down and go and wait in my Owens. Just said it.
Even on the WhatsApp break, he doesn't even say much.
No, just go there. Hey, you okay, Paul? You okay? You wanna come up? You fine? Okay. Let's go, boys. That's all he does.
He's like a Scala coach, school coach.
Yeah, he's just happy to be a part of it.
Ah.
I think his head is too big.
No, he wants to be fuggy, man.
He thinks
He's trying to be.
He
fair.
thinks, yeah,
He's
he's trying.
definitely
He
trying
thinks
to be
he's there yet, but he's not.
Okay. Anyway, let's move on to our main topic. Champions League. Champions League.
Took long on the cut and razor, man.
Ish. Too long. So, basically, we've got 2, 4, 6, 8 teams left, quarterfinals, moving into semifinals and finals. So I'm gonna start on my side. Now, I'm basing my pick. First of all, I think PSG will beat Atalanta tomorrow night, 9 o'clock. I think Neymar's enough. Atalanta is coming into the game with great form. I don't know if they made history in Syria. There was a stat that they were the first team to score 100 goals in Syria since 1950 something.
Yeah.
Also,
There's like-
each player scored for the season.
15, 16 players that scored goals in the
there's a lot
team.
of
yeah.
Wow, you see, so that's they coming into the game with a lot of confidence. I think they will try and play their football in the game, but I just think PSG have enough, and
To go all the way.
to go all the way, they might pick to win. Look, tough teams. They're gonna have to play Atletico if they beat Atalanta, and Atletico beat Leipzig. But I think of all the teams, they have the best draw.
The best pathway even
Pathway to a final.
Yeah.
They especially looking at what happened to them last season and a couple of seasons before that, they were a team that a lot of people had big expectations for them to win Champions League, especially with the money they invested. But they weren't able to achieve those things. Sometimes it was with Neymar, sometimes it was without Neymar. But I think this year they have a real good chance because of Neymar and Mbappe.
What's happening with Mbappe though?
Mbappe's injured, he'll miss this game.
This
But-
game.
Only this one.
Yeah, only this game. They said his injury is 3 weeks.
Okay.
He's got a 3-week strain on his ankle. So he misses this game, but he comes back. So I think if they can get through this game without Mbappe, they're looking pretty strong. On the other side, the others is gonna take each other out. Bayern is taking Barca out. Barca's taking Bayern out. City's taking Lyon out. I think, but for me, also the balance of the squad of PSG for me is to the T. I think they got a good enough keeper. He's won Champions League. They've got Meunier at right back. Meunier was in Belgium.
Yes.
Semi-finalist World Cup. Marquinhos, Brazil is on the rise. They got Kimpembe, World Cup winner. They got Bernat on the left back who's playing very, very well. In midfield, the likes of Verratti, I think by this time now they would have had enough experience to take it over the line. Especially, I don't think, and also Italian players love to play Italian teams. They want to prove to their compadres. They're very passionate and very competitive about their football. So I think the whole balance of the squad, you still got Di Maria, you got Icardi, you got Neymar. So I'm going with PSG to take the cup. But let me go with you, Nilo. Let me start with you, Nilo. You are picking who to take the cup? And actually, let's wait. What do you think about PSG taking the trophy?
I don't think they'll take it. Yes, they have, as you said, they have a nice balanced squad, good quality players, but 11v11 against City or Munich, I don't see them beating.
Are you basing it on previous experience, or you don't think the squad is good enough?
No, I don't think they're good enough to beat those.
I think the manager is pretty good. I think you like the manager. You want him for United.
I didn't know about Mbappe coming back in after this game. I thought he's out for the rest of the tournament. Because this is a 2-week tournament, basically.
Yes.
I didn't know he's back because I wasn't gonna put PSG in the final. But I don't wanna say they won't go to the final, but I still feel like Atletico Madrid can cause an upset because Simeone knows if you go into the game defensively against PSG, if they do meet, all you need is a late goal and park the pass, even if it's an early goal. With PSG, one thing that kills them is their mentalities in the game. It's killed them over the past few seasons. They concede, their game is over.
Neymar's got a good record against Atletico though. Especially when he was a Barca player. So he's not one to fear the Atletico players.
Okay, I get that, but that's Neymar playing for Barca, not Neymar playing for PSG. So you have to look at that also. How is Neymar playing for PSG? Will Neymar have the same confidence going down maybe against Atletico to bring them back in? Or even against Atalanta tomorrow, sorry. Will Neymar have the best mentality to uplift that team? I don't think there's anybody in that team that can uplift someone if the game is down, besides Thiago Silva, who's not going to play pro.
Yeah, there's no Ronaldo there.
But let me ask you this question. The point you made about Neymar. Don't you think Neymar's a better player at PSG now than he was at Barca? We have to admit that. Yes, he might be playing in a Farmers League, but look at him in the Champions League for PSG. He's a much better player than... Because remember, at Barca, he was carrying the load with Messi. Yeah. And Messi was... Everybody's in Messi's shadow anyway. So you don't really see the quality of Neymar. Now Neymar looks like he's enjoying. I mean, the boys doing tricks, flicks, no look pass, penalty, free kick, everything. So I hear you about Atletico. I hear you. They knocked us out, bruh. And I won't lie. They put one hell of a performance when they scored that. When we made a mistake and they scored that goal. What a performance from Atletico.
That exactly ends. It takes one mistake or one lapse in concentration to kill a whole game. I mean, if Courtois did not give Varane that ball, Varane's game doesn't go down against City.
And also that I don't think PSG 90 minutes.
I don't think they have a proper leader yet to win something. They don't have a proper leader
in my camp. I think you in my camp. You're in my camp. I know you in my camp.
They can go to the final, but they won't win the.
If Neymar was out, you wouldn't put them up there.
Yeah. To go to the final, I still think if Neymar is out, I still think they beat Atalanta. I still think that because I just think they have enough quality throughout 11v11. They have more quality than them.
This team Atalanta ends. I'm sure most of their games, everyone said. No, man. Atalanta won't beat this team. Atalanta, they spook you.
When
This
last
team is playing, bro.
No,
Watch
I know
this.
they're playing. That's
watch
why
this
I
team.
gave them the credit in the beginning. I said that they are playing well, but the amount of quality that's in the opposition over 90 minutes, you think these guys, look, these guys can catch them on the counter and hit them on the counter, yes. But do you trust them to outscore PSG?
No.
With the quality they have.
But also, if you have to look at when last PSG's played a very competitive game. Going into this game, it's a once-off game.
Yes,
Atalanta
these
has
guys have
nothing to
been
lose.
playing, bro.
They know they're playing Champions League next. They're gonna run their socks off. And also,
And they know,
their
bro.
league just finished, 2 weeks ago?
It's 3 games. Isn't it 3 games from now?
What?
Like I'm just saying, for all these teams, it's 3 games for you to
Yeah.
win it. If you win
Yeah,
3
it
games,
is.
you win the
And
Champions League.
it's basically a once-off game. It's not 2 legs. It's
Yeah.
once-off. You win. You go out there. You play your heart off. You get a 1-0. You win. You through to the next round.
And that confidence, like as we said, how many goals they scored? Over 100.
Over 100.
They have,
And,
they have
the goals
big
can come from
confidence.
anywhere. That's the thing.
15 players.
PSG can win it. They will win it. But Atalanta is not going to make it easy.
Okay.
Guys,
Zavas, just before you continue, we're gonna go to a break soon. So just as you speaking, we're gonna go cut soon.
okay.
So
So I got 2 minutes for this one.
yeah, just quickly,
Okay.
you come back and you can give
Guys,
me
I'm what ends on this. I think PSG go to the final. Yes, I know Atalanta is there to probably disappoint PSG. I think Atalanta will score, but I don't see them outscoring PSG. Also, I feel like Atletico don't go through. I think this is a surprise. I give it to Leipzig coach. I know it's a big surprise, but watch this. I've watched a lot of Leipzig games, especially like in the group stages. I saw them against Spurs also. Yes, Timo Werner's not there, but I think this young coach that they have, also Atletico Madrid after lockdown have not been the same team after beating Liverpool. They've been scraping through the La Liga season, just making it. Even Sevilla have been better than them. That's again my opinion. I do feel like it's going to be PSG Leipzig semi-final. PSG will go through. Anything can happen in the final. I still believe whoever wins the game with Barca and Bayern Munich stands a good chance of going to the final. With Pep, anything is possible. But whoever's in the final, because it's a once-off tournament, anything can happen. But I strongly believe it will probably be Bayern Munich and PSG in the final.
Okay. So then when we come back, we'll just go to a quick ad break. When we come back, we'll discuss the other guys' picks and how we feel about their picks. This episode has been sponsored by the Heritage Savings Club in association with the Geek Institute. We'll be back. The Heritage Savings Club, in association with the Geek Institute, offers its members a unique savings plan, free business and financial education, collective asset purchase, interest-free loans, funeral benefits, how to build 3 or more sustainable businesses, and you can get access to silver, Bitcoin and gold for just R100 per month with a R1 joining fee. Just contact Heritage Savings Club at gmail.com or 063 743 2774. That's Heritage Savings Club at gmail.com or 063 743 2774. Welcome back to our episode with our Champions League discussion. So we'll kick it off where we left it. We'll start with Shane. He's going to give us his pick and why he thinks. So, Charo, the floor is yours.
Come on, Shino! Give us
Show us
stuck
what
in
you
here,
got,
son.
brother. Because you were hammering. By the way, Shane was killing us in a break about Neymar. Just
My
eating
word.
up, but anyway.
Yeah, he's a girl.
Okay, we'll see
So,
tomorrow.
for me, I say either Bayern or City. I can't pick a winner right now between those two.
No, tell us.
No,
Give us your
listen
pick.
to what I'm
Give us your
saying.
pick.
Listen to what. All right, I say Bayern to win.
Okay, thank
Win
you.
the Champions
Right.
League. They meet PSG in the final,
Okay.
and Kimmich puts Neymar in his pocket.
Oh!
Wait, no, you misunderstood me, boss. I never said that PSG can't beat Atlanta. You'll never mention Atlanta. You all just on PSG like Atlanta has no chance. Where you haven't seen where this team has come from. They scored 100 goals. You're not thinking about all that. You're just thinking PSG is gonna wipe them off. That's why we're saying what we're saying. But yes, the part that they have takes them all the way to the final. They have a good part to go to the final. But in the final, Kimmich puts them in the pocket.
So what do you like about Bayern squad?
Oh, I just watched them the other day, and they look very hungry for this cup. Every player is playing, and they also have nice depth in the team. So
You don't think the break kills them?
no,
They won't get fatigued as not fatigued, but as they play. Because remember, they play now every 2 days. Whereas they would have played if they played this game in normal conditions, they would have played it, and then they would have had a longer break to prepare and all of those things. So we don't think that as they progress, yes, they will be able to get through games, but maybe in certain periods of the games they won't feel tired.
no, I see them going all the way.
Guys, does the heat wave play any role in this?
I think it has to.
Because Europe is just experiencing very hot weather lately. Like in terms of between 30 and 38 degrees. They reckon that's going to be, like, I'm just putting it out there. Do you think anything's going to change in terms of how people approach the game, teams approach the game, or would it just be like we've been watching, like the Champions League of old, in terms of the weather's not an issue because it's like good 25, 26 degrees, Because now lately, what I've seen is the sun is out, It's so difficult even for a manager now to sit with a suit on because of the heat. What does it do to the players?
But I'll still say they all in it. It's not only Bayern that's going through it. So they're all going through it. So I'll still say Bayern will take it.
But now, okay, my opinion, yes, great pick. Very strong team. So what I mentioned was my only concern about Bayern. As they progress, they basically in a little bit of a preseason.
Wait, quick question. There's no concern about PSG.
What do you mean?
Like, are you concerned about
No,
Bayern Munich? So
on
you
their
got
part, no. Well, especially with the teams they play.
Okay, no, it's fine. That's
Yeah.
all we want to know.
Right. So, on the Bayern side, to answer your question, I think managers just demand 100% from their players. So, basically, I understand what you're saying, the way they approach certain games, but I think
Nothing's gonna
intensity, managers always demand intensity. Doesn't matter what game they're playing, even in a preseason game, they demand intensity. You see clubs going to a Carabao game, and the manager, even from the young boys, he demands intensity. So I think that yes, it might play a factor, but I just think, look, now I want to do something. Just so, by the way, this team that Bayern is playing, I really want to put money somewhere so that maybe the little magician, the best player ever, he comes out and he does miraculous things because I've seen him do certain things. But if he beats Bayern, that's a big statement for them. They would have to beat City. So we'll see. We'll see. I think Bayern is more.
Still about Leo.
You see, the thing is, like PSG and Barca, you're on about Neymar and Messi.
Yeah.
They're by Bayern.
Tauski.
They must be 11 players, not only Tauski.
It's true.
They all gallery.
Yeah, that's
You understand? That man is going for golden boots and most assists is there. No, that Messi, Neymar, maybe next year. Maybe next year.
Remember, this is the best player in the world.
Yeah.
That's living today. I mean, we watched,
In our opinion.
both of us, we watched that Barca game. There was just glimpses of the old Messi. Even that outside pass of the young. I mean, Messi, the confidence that he had, even hit your front post and so on. It just looks like Messi's again getting into a rhythm like where nothing is going to stop him. I mean, Messi went to go and press, what do you call this? Koulibaly there. That's not Messi. Messi will start to walk now and so on. That fight, that hunger of Messi to win the Champions League is still there. So I think Messi versus Bayern Munich. I do feel, however, like I said previously, Bayern Munich will be in the Champions League final. But I just think there's certain players, like a Messi. Messi turns up and he wants to play. Everything shifts. Same like Neymar. And that's just my opinion about special players.
I was just about to say, the same way Shane said, when you play Bayern, you're playing the whole 11. When you're playing Barca, if Messi's in a mood, it rubs off on the entire team. When they see Messi doing what he does, even if he takes players on and he misses, or they create a lot of chances early in the game, it sparks so much energy into the rest of the team. I mean, you'll see Jordi Alba coming out of nowhere, running down the line there. I mean, Frankie de Jong, he's coming out, he's playing now, he's enjoying his football. You can see he's enjoying his football. The football he played at Ajax, he's enjoying it now. I'm not saying they're a better team than Bayern and they will beat Bayern. But Messi coming out there, Messi can change that entire game, guys.
They don't look, sorry Niels, they don't look too good in the head-to-head, eh?
Oh, that's Bayern.
Yeah, it's not looking in their favor. 2 wins to Barca, 2 draws, 6 wins for Bayern.
But what's gonna make it? It's such a this will actually be like a final watching,
Definitely.
because we know both teams on the day they show up.
Yeah.
Barca can finish you on the day, so can Bayern.
I just don't think Barca is the team that we all know them to be, like managing the game with the ball and so on. And I think that's where Bayern will get the best of them, because Bayern, like you rightfully said, the whole team, you see it, Davies is bombing forward, you got Muller with his experience, Kimmich is there, Thiago Alcantara will also boss midfield around. Because it's not like Barca's midfield is like of old. Iniesta, Xavi, Busquets, and they controlling the whole pace of the games. Every team sits back and they wait. Because that's the type of respect Barca have earned. But now, looking at the Barca team, you even sit back as a coach, especially like a Bayern Munich coach. We're going there to play our football. Because if Bayern change how they play, then they're in trouble. But if they play an open game, I don't think Barca has what it takes to beat Bayern on the day, because of the whole team that's able to play a certain system where I think toe-to-toe, Bayern will beat them. But if Messi comes to the show and decides it's going to be Messi, he's going to score goals. Doesn't guarantee there's going to be a clean sheet at the back, because PK is probably, this is the right time to play PK as Lewandowski. Because PK with Lewandowski is bound to score goals. And also, with the left and right backs bombing forward, like how is Jordi Alba and Semedo going to be doing outside? How often are they going to be getting forward? Because if they push forward,
and Gnabry also.
true, but if they push forward, there's space now all of a sudden now for Davies. And Davies is he's unstoppable at the moment. The way he's playing, I mean, running from his box to the other box, going defend again and run again, it's gonna be so interesting to see how Semedo does. I know Vidal has to play, because Vidal has to start kicking people in that midfield.
You know who you got? What's your feeling? Are you on the? Well, I don't think you're on the PSG side of the draw for a winner. I think you're going on the other side.
Yeah, I have to be on the other side. Whoever comes out there on top there, definitely is winning.
The Bayern Barca game.
No, I'm gonna go with City.
Think they can get it over the line?
Only because, just as Shano said once again, they have a strong 11 Bayern. So does City.
Yeah.
Everybody in that City team is playing with confidence. Playing against Madrid, despite them scoring on Madrid's mistakes, the way they were playing, they're going into that game knowing we're going to outpass this team, we're going to outplay them. De Bruyne's confidence is just on another level.
And the best coach in the world.
And they have the best coach in the world. And this is once-off games. City in once-off games, they'll kill you.
Or let me say the best coach left over in the Champions League, compared to like if you want to put him and Klopp together because of the rivalry and stuff.
Yeah.
And Zizou was winning the three Champions League.
But
I think City has it easy also with the quarterfinal. I'm not saying easy because of Lyon. I'm saying that imagine City playing Bayern or Barca now. Then we would be saying, hey, it's difficult. But City winning that game and going to semi-final. When has City ever played Champions League semi-final? What does that tell the players there? There's players there like Phil Foden, who's never ever been at this stage that they're at now. What does that tell him? You know Foden with his confidence now. It's unstoppable. He wants to play. Sterling, they want to play. Jesus wants to prove that he can still start and he can play. I mean, Aguero's been out. People said, he said he's not gonna score much, but Jesus he's been coming to the party. He's been playing. He's been enjoying. He's been happy. We were watching something earlier where they were showing the goals in the background, or against Madrid. Them scoring their goals, they all came together as a team to celebrate the goals because they know we're working together to achieve this one obstacle that's in our way. What's stopping City from winning this Champions League? Nothing.
So would you say they have the best squad? Okay, of all the teams, would you say they're the most confident and have the best squad?
Their squad. They do. Look at City.
Considering everything that's happening for them, chemistry, football-wise, goals,
everything. I think City's depth, and also Pep is also very unpredictable. He can rest players against Lyon, but they'll still be strong.
But Pep struggles against teams like this, man. Especially teams that have nothing to lose. I think he goes through. I just think the Lyon players. Look, I think if he wins, I'm happy for him as the manager achieving. I hate United. City, I can deal with them. They're my rival now.
You hate United,
but I hate United.
Supporters.
I hate United.
Because of the supporters.
Everything about United. Everything.
Guys,
supporters,
please bear in mind.
Everything.
Please bear in mind. Antoine supported Manchester United.
Leave it. But I think your pick is not too bad. Actually, actually I would say they're the favorites. Of all the teams left, coming in with a form guide, where they were.
Them and by now.
Yes.
Same odds.
Especially where they coming from the Prem break. They didn't have too much of a break, and Pep didn't give these players too much of a break either.
And can we say it like this? If City play Barca, it means that it's leaning more to City. Going through.
Because
if you play Bayern, it's 50-50. No?
Yeah.
But do you think in a game like that, because normally when he's played Barca in the past, he's never had possession of the ball. Even against a Barca team without Xavi and Iniesta together. I think Iniesta played in those games.
Yeah.
But he still wasn't. So do you think he's at a stage now where City can dominate a game against Barcelona?
I think so.
I think they would, because we said now, if City plays Bayern, it would be 50-50. If they play Barca, they'll outplay Barca. If Barca plays Bayern, or they are going to play Bayern, what are the odds there? 50-50. Because if you say Bayern, Barca might outplay City, then that means City would also outplay Bayern then, isn't it?
I think it's more 50-50 because of the way you have. Bayern is almost similar to Liverpool. If I look at the pace that they have and so on, like Pep is afraid of pace. He doesn't like it. That's why when Mane, who's a Salah's running at them, like those type of players, especially with City's defense. Please bear in mind, Fernandinho's still at the back. They just did so well. That's why we never saw much of De Bruyne in the Madrid game. De Bruyne was tracking back, helping Kyle Walker to suffocate Hazard's space. That's why Hazard was so quiet. You never really saw him. So De Bruyne was doing more work off the ball. Because also you got to think about the other back. It's not like they have the best two centre-backs in the world that can also defend 1v1. Now you're playing against somebody like Lewandowski that's coming up against you. It's so different. Where Suarez is not the Suarez of old. If it was a Suarez of old, now you got to start scratching your head now. But now, the whole season you've been worried about, Messi is the one that's been carrying the team. Usually you would have had some help from the likes of Suarez and other goals coming in somewhere else. You know, it doesn't have to be a Messi show. Messi's quiet and all of a sudden Messi comes to spark, to light. I don't think it's going to be the same case. But I feel like if you're going to have pace against that type of defense, Pep is more worried. So I think Bayern going into a game with City, it's going to be a very balanced game. But pass on the transition is not pass of old. Guaranteed. It's not pass
of possession. They're not the same, man. I don't feel like they're the same because Napoli basically took that game to Barca. If it wasn't for obviously the goal that they conceded, the way they conceded it, I think that changed a lot. And how quickly Barca got the second. I mean, if you're playing a game and you go down too quickly, what does that tell you? There's not a lot of teams in the world that can come back from that, bro.
Last man on the table. So okay, yeah, last man on the table. So, Xavi, I
Right.
think
Xavi
you
said
looking
Bayern.
more on the
Before you speak,
Xavi
ne?
said
City
Bayern.
side
Before
or
you
Bayern.
speak.
Xavi said Bayern.
Yeah, I think it's Bayern.
I know
Xavi
you are a
said
coach.
Bayern.
Huh? I know you
Yeah,
are a
I
coach.
think Xavi's going
Xavi
with
went
Bayern.
with
He likes the
Bayern.
balance of Bayern.
Not
No,
one
he said
player.
Bayern's in the final.
Please, coach. Predict
It
nicely.
looks
gonna
like
get-
he likes the balance
He
of-
said Bayern.
I
PSG
did say
final.
Bayern. I
So
did say
we
Bayern.
have
I'd
to
love
choose
for
one of
Pep
the
to
two.
win it because I have a lot of people that don't think Pep should be even in a category of best coaches in the world. Like I deal with a lot of supporters like that and people that talk about football like that. But that's another topic for another day. That's why I have a soft spot for Pep personally, and it's difficult to watch Pep at City because it's part of the rivalry. But I'm happy that he's not even at Liverpool. It will make it worse. But I think Pep winning the Champions League will be something that I could swallow easily. But I just think that whoever wins that game between Bayern and City, 60% has already their name written on the Champions League. Unless Neymar, guys, unless Neymar comes to the party against Atalanta, he's enjoying his football, he's playing with a Brazilian smile on his face, goes up against whether it be Leipzig or Atletico, and
No,
does
you-
the same thing. I'm just saying, and does the same thing. Despite who wins it. In my opinion, I said Leipzig wins. But I'm just saying, whoever he plays, if Neymar has a smile on his face and he goes into a final knowing that I've scored against Atalanta, I've been so crucial in the team. Mbappe comes back for the semi-final, has 10, 15 minutes maybe in the game, I don't know, 45, 65. All of a
Okay.
sudden
Since
now you got to start thinking now, is it actually going to be a Bayern Munich, Barca or City winning the Champions League if they are actually firing on all cylinders? Bearing in mind you got someone like Di Maria that has been there, done that. I've won the Champions League before. I know what it takes. Verratti wants to win it. I think Verratti was part of the Italian team that won the World Cup.
No.
No, on the bench? No?
No.
He wasn't on the bench maybe?
2006,
Yeah,
bro.
they won
He was,
2006, remember?
yeah, but he wasn't on the bench, no?
How old
As
is
a
that
youngster?
team?
He played Euros.
Oh, he played Euros.
No, that
When
was
Spain
Euros,
was
yeah.
hitting
When
them.
they-
Yes, you're right,
when they
you're
lost
right,
to
you're
Spain
right.
in the final,
You're right.
yes.
But I mean, like you were saying earlier on, just to close it, PSG, they look like, I won't say like Bayern Munich because now you guys think they play in the Farmers League. You don't give them enough credit. But they also have a balanced team throughout, from the back line going forward. And also, bearing in mind that they've been hurt in this tournament before. They want to go in. You guys have been footballers or are still footballers.
yeah, and besides,
And
them
you know how it
Bayern,
feels losing a certain
only
tournament,
Barca-
you're going back.
only Barca and Bayern have won it from the remaining teams. The others all haven't won a Champions League yet.
Yeah, Atletico
PSG,
didn't win,
Atletico, Atlanta, Leipzig.
No, it's only Barca. and
Only
Bayern.
Barca and Bayern had won. So what another question I want to ask, since you'll say like Neymar, if he has a smile on his face, Neymar, PSG and Barca in the final? Because you got Messi and Neymar, would you see if that does happen? Because if both of them have
would
a
be so
smile
nice
on
to
their face.
see.
What a
That would
game!
be very
What
nice to
a
see.
game! Wow, what a game!
So would you see the Barca coming out on top or
You never know.
Hey, that
It's
one must,
tough.
it's like this. You
Yeah,
must take
it's
the
tough.
coin. You must
Hey,
take
it's
it.
a
If you
flick
put
of the
Messi in
coin.
that final, I don't think
It's the
he's
flick
gonna
of the
let it
coin.
go.
Neymar coming up against Barca again. What it does to you
Hey,
knowing
that
that
is tough.
this is one of those games that will make my
Wow.
my legacy. Knowing that
That's a good one.
I beat Messi in the final.
But
It's just
for
something that motivates him.
me, Neymar is not Ronaldo and Messi.
He's better than Ronaldo
Huh?
as a football player.
This year.
As a
As a
football player.
This
Okay,
year.
that's
Meaning that
What
Overall,
Ronaldo is
overall,
over as a
overall.
football player. If I was to create a football player, I know this is controversial. People love Ronaldo. He scores right, left, header, bicycle. He's got a lot of goals in his career. Has the body, has the samba skill. But Neymar creates for his team and scores for his team.
But he can't
I'm a
carry
fan
his-
of that.
He can't carry his
Let's
team.
see. He's going to carry them now. Let's see. It's his chance to show you.
I
if
think
he
I
can
also
carry
just
them.
have a soft spot for a Brazilian number 10. I think me going back with your Rivaldos, your Ronaldinhos, Robinhos, those type of players, even Kaká and them. I just think all of us growing up, especially as colored people, you watch Brazil and you look and you feel like you're part of that. So that's where I go like with the Neymar just that raw ability that Neymar has. If Neymar had to have Ronaldo's discipline, I think it would have been the greatest ever. If he had it, but he doesn't have it. But I just have a softer spot for him.
As I was
That's what
saying,
I'm
that's
saying.
what that's why maybe I don't rate him the way you'll do. It's because the way you'll speak about him puts him on this level. But he doesn't have that work ethic to say, you know what I mean? And if he does put that in, he can be better than these two guys.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This
I don't
man,
think he can be better
this
than
man
Messi.
has shown you, Ronaldo has shown you, bruh, when they down, he brings his team up.
Yeah, of course,
he
he's
puts
clutch.
a hat-trick in.
He's, of course.
Neymar can't do that.
100%.
Hence, I think people will say,
100%.
and
Neymar
I
can't
think
carry
our
no
listeners
team on his
will
back,
also
man.
say that Ronaldo has won X amount of
Yes.
Ballon d'Ors.
Yes,
what,
no,
what,
of course.
Which,
Of course.
which rightfully so, because at the end of the day, Ronaldo does have far more, and it's been a Ronaldo-Messi generation.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I do feel like it will be good for someone like Neymar to hopefully win it, to be part of at least a conversation. Because I would pay to watch Neymar play. Same with Ronaldo, yes, same with Messi. But I have to put a Neymar in what, like in a conversation with Brazilian greats at least.
But you still didn't tell us who you think is winning. I want to know from you.
Who's winning
you,
the Champions
You said
League?
Bayern PSG final,
Final.
but I want to
But
know
I wasn't
who you
asked
saying.
that question. though.
There you are. You
No.
were asked that
When
question.
was I asked this
By
question? Who's
Antoine.
winning the Champions
Nobody
League?
was
Yeah.
still
Yeah, you
explaining
must give
about,
us your pick.
about Neymar, if Neymar's happy.
No,
and
that-
what. It's not
no,
about
we
that.
We don't
Because-
know how
because
you
I
guys
said,
go.
You guys asked the question.
No.
If Messi, no, you guys said if what Messi and Neymar's playing in the final, and then who are we gonna choose?
Hence
Whatever.
asked you.
I
No,
just
reason-
said
reason
if he
asked
goes with
you.
a smile through.
reason why
your
now, reason
pick
why I
is-
asked that question is because what you said. If one player goes with a smile on his face, there's
But
a
Nilo, didn't I
possibility
say
he's gonna
Bayern
get
Munich?
it. That guy, they're gonna
But didn't I
kick
say
him.
Bayern
Now
Munich earlier
Atlanta, he's gonna roll 5 meters. He's gonna be injured. In
Tell
this
the
game.
viewers.
I said Bayern Munich
Bayern,
earlier
yeah.
on.
Tell the
Okay,
viewers.
so it's
I did
Bayern,
say Bayern.
PSG,
You said
Bayern,
City.
City.
Yeah.
But now-
Then we together, yeah.
I like Bayern's balance of squad.
Yes.
I think they have a very balanced team. City have a balanced team. PSG have a balanced team. Dark horse, Atalanta, I would say Atalanta's a dark horse. Atletico is definitely a dark horse.
Yo.
You never know.
Guys,
No, you just
Guys,
we
Atletico-
know. We're just saying we don't know. We don't know.
Atletico will make the football boring, but they'll go and
Win.
win there.
Yeah,
That's
we
the
don't know.
thing.
We just don't know what
It's
it is.
unpredictable.
We just don't know what
we
it
have, we have to remember that it's Champions League. It's unpredictable.
That's
There's
why I say
always
Leipzig.
been surprises.
I think everybody
Yes,
expects.
that's why I said Atalanta might cause an
Yes,
upset also.
but I think everybody's attention is on Atalanta because they've been watching Atalanta so in depth, especially now on Supersport. You can watch Serie A, the amount of goals, everything's been highlighted what they're doing. I think everybody's attention is focused on them maybe making the semi-final and because of how they've played. But nobody's talking about Leipzig. And what I've seen, the little I've seen about Leipzig is that they could be the dark horse. And again, like you said, Champions League, anything can happen. It's a once-off game. Anything can happen. And VAR penalty.
We mustn't forget. We mustn't forget VAR because VAR has been
Yeah.
Hey, hope I- yeah,
throughout.
no.
Champions
This
League last
season.
season.
A lot of these seasons.
Yeah, that's how I
Yeah.
see PSG
Yeah.
beating Atlanta.
No.
With Neymar falling and getting something.
But he gets fouled a lot. Charo, he does get
He
fouled a
does.
lot. If you
He
watch
does.
the game tomorrow, you're gonna have an
Yes.
opportunity to watch
Yes,
the
he
game.
does
You
get
see how many
fouled.
times he gets fouled.
Yes, he does get fouled a lot.
You see how many times he gets fouled.
Yeah, a lot of players get fouled a lot. Like even Messi
Oh,
too
no,
gets
no,
fouled
no.
a lot. But
Apparently
sometimes,
Martial too,
sometimes
guys.
when he sees he can get up, he
Yeah.
gets up.
And Martial.
That
Apparently
man,
Martial
that
too.
man, that man, you
Martial
can
gets fouled a lot.
Neymar, you can touch his
Penalty.
back like us, he'll fall.
No.
He's a clever player. He knows what he's doing. He knows
That's
what
why
he's
Messi,
doing.
how many times were kicking him now for the first goal that he scored? They were pulling him down. I mean, that little boy got up again.
He knows
Puts it
what
away.
he's doing. Where they played us final? In Portugal
Portugal.
was
Everything
Estadio
is
do
in
Sport
Portugal.
Lisboa e Benfica Lisbon.
Everything is in Portugal.
Well, it's gonna be interesting to see. I mean, we've got a lot of fixtures coming up, so it will be nice to watch, and we hope you guys watch all the games. We also want your feedback on things that you see during the games,
Good or bad.
comments.
Good or bad.
Yeah, good or bad. Who you think might win everything? Take home the big prize. But that's it from us. That's nice wrapping up the show. So I want the boys to actually, you know what? Yeah, Shane. Since you're talking loads about Atalanta, give us quickly before we out. Give us results. The Atalanta PSG.
Uh,
No.
2-1 Atlanta.
Right.
1-0 Atletico.
Okay. What's up, Bayern?
2-1 Bayern.
2-1 Bayern.
2-0 City.
Right. Okay. Right. We'll catch up with you guys next week when we come back.
And we will be speaking about Neymar when he's
Yeah,
sitting at home.
we will recap.
Hey,
This
Um,
guy must say
sitting
good
here
confidence
too.
when he must say
Sitting at home.
Woo! Please don't forget, follow us on all social platforms and on YouTube. Don't forget to comment and subscribe. And then next week we got a very interesting topic for you guys. We will be speaking local football and diving into who we think will win the league, and
Amazulu
also,
for life.
and also the problems outside of the pitch in South Africa.
Oh my word, so many.
Big problems.
Stay
boss.
tuned.
What
And,
did I feel?
we'll be
Oh
back.
my word.
This episode is sponsored by the Heritage Savings Club in association with the Geek Institute, and we out.
Lipstick.